Alright, so this is what I'm going to show you. Okay. You see this outline right here? This outline is meant for the other manifold to push on there and make a proper seal. This one. See, this gasket is meant for that one. So you're not making a proper seal on top of here. You see how close this right here this is? This probably caused the leak right here. Alright? And see, that's why we put that notch on that hose, so it won't cause no turbulence or build up any exhaust carbon buildup right there. So I cut into that so it doesn't stop there. It goes straight through the flow. Alright, this is the part, this side is where the head mount mates. You see this area right here, this and this? These are holes on the head. It could leak out through here, and because it's not making a proper seal in here, it'll probably leak out that way out. So this gasket is not meant for this manifold. Okay, this gasket is made for that manifold. Look at, see, this one's used. You can tell the markings where it made it with the head right there, and it sealed those gaps perfect. This is an empty gap right here, and those gaps over here, you see the markings where it made a perfect seal. It makes a perfect seal everywhere for that manifold. This one, the only parts that makes a perfect seal probably are just the outside runners. This one and this one. But the middle ones, I don't like it. That's why I never use this one. It's not meant for it. It's for a D17 cement. So this one I like using. I like using the paper one because you can cut out the holes better. You cut out that hole better. Cut this hole better. So that's why I use this paper gasket. There's a metal one, but the metal one is harder to cut out. See this manifold? Well, that's the piece of the manifold of that one. It's meant for that one. Anyways, just want to show you that. I'm not going to use it like this, but match them up. I don't know. I always use this one all the time. And this one's the Victor Green, whatever. Part number. I get these all the time from AutoZone. Sometimes they have them on hand, sometimes they don't. Have to order it and get it the next day or 2 days. But there's a lot of other auto parts. You can go and look for the paper one. See if they have it on stock. It doesn't hurt. O'Reilly's, Pep Boys, Napa, or the small mama papa shop auto parts. They could have them or get them faster sometimes. This always works. I never had a leak. Never had a leak with them. And I made a video on YouTube about using this with a thermal gasket. I don't know if you're using a thermal gasket. Some of the thermal gaskets have a hole right here, so it creates a leak right here because of the head, that the marks that the head has for these two EGR ports. So I use a gasket on top of that thermal, double gasket, but it works. And I used Indian head gasket. I don't know if you know what Indian head gasket is. It's looks like something like this. This is not the Indian head gasket brand. It's another brand, but it's it looks like really thin gasket, just to hold the gasket in place to make a perfect seal of imperfections. So it's not thick. You put really light coat. Let me see if I get it. Looks like this. Oh shit, I got some on my finger. Anyhow, that's what it looks like. That's what I do. Never causes leaks. And for these, I take out the, usually there's a T right here for the coolant passage for the other single cams, and I take it out and I thread this one. I put this fitting, so there's no caps or anything. You just put a hose on here all the way to the back, and I move this one back. Yeah, don't forget to cover this one. If you're not using this one, cover that port right there too. It's a vacuum port. Some heads don't have, some intake manifolds don't have them. I think the JDM ones. Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, I haven't made the notch. I think it's up here. You make the notch for the idle. So yeah. What I do with mine, I drill and tap new bolts for the D17. This is the only one I use different. But usually I use the stock one here, and I drill out the hole on the throttle body bigger to fit this stock bolt, and then align it for the rest of these. And I use the D16. Oh yeah, I remember you told me about the D16 gasket. So pretty much you just line it up where it lines up best. And I think how does it line up? Yeah, this is the way it lines up. And then I cut out the holes for the other bolts, and cut out whatever I poured it out to make the gasket bigger. That's it. This one seals, it never causes any leaks here. But you can always use this too on a light coat on the gasket, so it doesn't create any leaks. And I think you're putting the sensor in the back of the manifold, so just make sure you got a good seal back there. I was doing test trials. I tried to put the map sensor right here. It didn't work out, so I welded it up, and I welded that hole back up, and then I took it to a shop to resurface this straight. But that's something else. But yeah. Alright, hopefully this helps. You could ask me anything else. Make sure you got the TPS and the map sensor correct. And don't forget, whenever you disconnect your battery, the relearning of the idle is going to be going up and down sometimes until you drive it. It'll go away. Unless you hold it 3,000 RPMs when you turn on the car until the car warms up and goes into closed loop, then the idle would learn faster. That's the process. But I just drive it. It goes away by itself. Alright, let me know.